Welcome to the Literary Titan podcast. In every episode, we dive into a book we've just read and share our thoughts, from best-selling authors to rising literary stars. We read it. Now let's talk about it.
Poison Pill is a medical thriller that follows Dr. Mark Lynn, a hospital internist in Southern California, after two young patients land in his care with problems that feel too extreme, too early. A 24-year-old in kidney failure and a severely obese man with worsening breathing issues. When Mark notices a common thread, both men have been using weight loss products, one an herbal supplement called Modaleaf, and the other a prescription drug called Naxapil. His curiosity turns into an off-the-clock investigation that pulls him from hospital rounds into supplement shops, corporate hallways, and a much bigger fight over how help gets sold, regulated, and sometimes weaponized. What I liked right away is how the book opens with the body, not the conspiracy. There's this clear-eyed attention to blood, organs, and the quiet terror of hearing a patient ask if they're going to die. The medical detail is frequent and confident, but it usually lands in a way that serves the tension instead of showing off. You can almost smell the dialysis unit and feel the fluorescent stillness of a hospital hallway. And the first-person voice works here. Mark can be compassionate with patients, prickly with colleagues, and blunt in his private thoughts, sometimes all in the same scene. That mix made him feel authentic to me, which matters in a genre where the lead can easily turn into a walking lab coat. Author Anthony Lee also makes a deliberate choice to bring the reader into the systems around medicine, not just the bedside moments. You get a lot about how herbal supplements slide through looser oversight, how pharma messaging moves, and how evidence can be both a shield and a sales tool. The plot escalates the way good thrillers do. One unsettling link becomes two, then suddenly Mark is watching the supply chain and realizing how many hands touch a simple capsule before it reaches someone's kitchen counter. The story occasionally pauses to explain processes and terminology, which will work for some readers, but I found it mostly grounded because it's framed as how a clinician thinks when the pattern won't let go. Poison Pill reminds me of author Tess Gerritsen, where the pace comes from a doctor pushing past polite boundaries because the official story does not add up, like in Harvest. And if you like Michael Crichton's This Could Actually Happen vibe, especially the procedural, systems-focused suspense of the Andromeda strain, Lee's interest in process, oversight, and unintended consequences will feel familiar, just grounded more in everyday medicine and consumer health than in big sci-fi set pieces. I'd recommend Poison Pill to readers who like medical thrillers with a strong, how did this happen spine, especially if you enjoy stories that blend clinical realism with corporate and regulatory pressure. If you're into slow burn unease that builds into a wider conspiracy, and you don't mind learning a little along the way, this one will hit the spot.
Thanks for joining us on the Literary Titan podcast. If today's review sparked your interest, be sure to pick up a copy of the book and experience it for yourself. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a rating, or share it with a fellow book lover. Until next time, keep reading, not just to escape, but to grow.